my name is Callie Hocuff, and today we are going to put Hunter through the functional movement assessment. So the first assessment we're going to do is going to be the deep squat assessment, and that is to assess the bilateral symmetrical functional mobility of the hips, knees, and ankles. Alright, so for the deep squat assessment, we're going to start with the feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to hold the dowel up at the top of the head so that the elbows are at a 90 degree. So put your hands out a little wider so that it's in, there you go. So then we're going to press that up overhead. Press up, yep. And then we're going to complete a squat. So you're going to do a squat, and I'll video from the front and then from the side. So because he did not score a 3 on that on that deep squat test, we're going to put the heels up on the board and then have him go again. And go. So the next assessment will be the hurdle step, and this is to assess his stride mechanics. Alright, so to set up for the hurdle step, we're going to have the hurdle, which is it's a little string, the height of the tibial tuberosity. And then we're going to have the dowel sitting across the back of the shoulders below the neck. And we're going to have you step up and over and then back with one foot. All right, start with the right foot. And left foot. Go. And left foot. So the next assessment will be the inline lunge. So for the inline lunge, we're going to be in a split stance position. So we have 2 legs, and he's going to hold the dowel with the arm opposite the leg going forward. So if his left leg is going forward, your right hand should be up. Switch hands. Yep. And we're going to keep the dowel in contact with the head, thoracic spine, and the sacrum. So put your hand up right here so that, touches your butt. So now you're going to step out. You can look down to step out. Step out a little more. There you go. And then you're going to lunge down. And back up. Good. Go on. Right, so now the anterior view, lunge down, back up, good. Right, so now we're switching legs, step out, and you want to keep the dowel in contact with all those spots, so stop, there you go. Don't bend that wrist so much, just have the back of your hand, yeah. Right, and down, back up. And down, and back up. So the next assessment is to assess shoulder mobility. So we're going to test his shoulder range of motion. So we want the lower arm to be maximally adducted, extended, and internally rotated. And we want the upper arm to be maximally abducted, flexed, and externally rotated. And then we're going to measure the distance between the hands. So 6 1/4, and then we're going to switch. And 9 1/2. So now we're going to do the shoulder clearing assessment to check and see if there's any impingement, because that doesn't always show up in the other tests. So you're going to take one arm and cross it, and then you're going to lift the elbow up. Any pain? Nope. And then switch. Nope, nothing. And he's cleared. Alright, so now we're going to do the active straight leg assessment. So we are going to have the dowel halfway between the anterior superior iliac spine and the center of the patella. And he is going to raise his leg up and try to get his leg past the dowel. Okay. And the other side. And go. Alright. Okay, for the trunk stability assessment, we're going to have the feet dorsiflexed in a push-up position. We're going to put the hands about shoulder width apart at the top of the forehead, and then in one motion we're going to keep the body completely flat and try to push all the way up. And down. So now we're going to do the spinal extension clearing test, and you're just going to press up with the hands and keep the hips on the ground and see how the back feels in extension. So go ahead and come up. Nothing? Okay, back down. So now we're going to do the rotary stability test. So to start the test, we're going to be in a quadrupled position with the arms and legs at 90 degrees in relation to the torso. And the goal is to lift the right arm and the same leg, so the right leg, about 6 inches off the ground, and then bring them together to touch the knee and elbow without falling over. You didn't put your knee back at all. So try the other leg. All right, and we're gonna try it doing the opposite arm and leg. Get another try. Okay, and switch. All right, so the last thing is we're going to do the spinal flexion clearing test. So all you're going to do is push back, touch your butt to your heels, and push, stretch out your arms. Head down. Anything?
Nope.
And he's clear.